Imagine in Nigeria, where essential services like electricity and water are only accessible to those who can afford a skyrocketing price. Meet Amina, a single mother of three from a small village in Kaduna, who worked tirelessly running on ice block business. She relied on the local electricity provider. This humble enterprise is the family's lifeline. When the power company was privatized, our electricity cost rose. Our electricity cost was more than doubled. Unable to meet up with the price, she was forced to shut down her business. Let us imagine the emotional turmoil Amina faced. Let us imagine being in the shoe of Amina. This is the harsh realities that thousands of Nigerians are faced under the privatized service they can no longer afford. It is a privilege to stand before you today to champion the undeniable truth in this esteemed forum. As we gather to engage in a critical discourse of privatization of public enterprise beneficial for Nigeria's economy. I stand to argue against this motion. But before I begin to dabble into the nitty-gritty of the core discourse, I need to introduce myself and give honor to whom it's due. Good day, honorable judges, attentive audience, my respectable opponents. My name is Ashawa Fatima Ololade, and I'm representing the intellectual powerhouse of a Southern Senior High School, Falulu, a great citadel of in Surulere. Today, I'll argue that privatization is not a solution for Nigeria's economy. Instead, it creates service accessibility, reduces employment opportunity, and places Nigeria's wealth in the hands of a few. My arguments are based on the following point. Privatization sacrifices accessibility for profits. In the word of Kiara Kodale, a professor in the Department of Political Science at the University of Chicago, the ultimate trunk of privatization consists in the creation of an institutional arrangement. The privatization state that denies equal freedom, electricity, education, and healthcare should be accessible to all citizens and not reserved for those who can pay a premium. In a country where about 40% of the population lives below the poverty line, these services are essential lifeline. When these services are placed under private companies, millions of Nigeria would be excluded from accessing their most basic needs. Let's take, for instance, the Nigerian power sector that was privatized in 2013. It was meant to solve electricity problem. Today, we still suffer from unstable electricity. Why the private firm rake in profit? Is this the kind of benefit to seek for our economy? However, privatization reduces employment opportunity. As the saying goes, the nation's strength lies in the employment of its people. Public service tends to offer more stable employment opportunities compared to private company, which prioritize profits over workforce stability. For example, when the Nigerian Telecommunication Limited, NITEL, was privatized in 2015, many workers were laid off, leading to a surge in unemployment and insecurity among workers. Can we afford to sacrifice the livelihood of thousands of Nigeria on the altar of privatization? In conclusion, privatization may look beneficial on the surface, but its long-term impacts on the Nigeria's economy and citizens are overwhelmingly negative. Stories like Amina remind us of the consequences when public services are placed under private hands. For Nigeria to achieve an equitable growth and development, essential services must be accessible to all citizens and not just the highest bidder. Strengthening the public enterprise to serve Nigeria and not profits should be Nigeria's priority. Thank you.
Many reject privatization because of the distribution consequences. But the deeper problem is that it threatens the very foundation of our political legitimacy, standing on the established protocol by my chief speaker. Standing before you is Akelolu Anifem Ntelu Akinshi. In the first place, privatization is the rich man's game and the poor man's struggle. It widens the gap between the rich and the poor and leaving essential services out of reach of many Nigerians. However, what really happens when the fox is left to guide the hen house? That is what privatization can result into. Who really wins when public service is expensive? Public profit into private pocket instead of public treasury. Lastly, if the government can't manage public enterprise, why are we trusting them to manage privatization? Why selling off of what belongs to the people because of some temporary cash injection that does not benefit the masses? Imagine Nigeria University is being privatized. Will education still be a right or reserved for the wealthy? In conclusion, according to the World Bank, the chief architect of privatization, he stated, and I quote, many privatization success story comes from high-income and middle-income countries that operate in a competitive market environment that has market-friendly policy and is able to regulate. But the poorer the country, the longer the earth privatization results into. This is particularly concerning a country like Nigeria, where corruption and mismanagement is pervasive. Selling off public assets is like burning a family home because of a firewood. Yes, it solves temporary issues, but still leaves you homeless. Instead of pursuing privatization as the panacea for our economic issue, let us strengthen public enterprise through good governance, transparency, and accountability. Panel of judges, esteemed opponents, and my respected audience, we, the delegates of Ansar-ud-deen Senior High School, are confident that the argument presented today, without any iota of doubt, that we have been able to remove every bit of doubt in your mind and convince you with logical logical fact and not to derail with illogical fact that privatization of public enterprise is not beneficial to Nigeria economy. Thank you.